I want to talk today about something that most men see as taking a loss, having to walk away, the pullback, the strategic exit, ghosting, or whatever you want to call it. And a world that tells you to never quit and stand your ground, never surrender, leaving the situation feels like somebody got an ups on you. But that's a prideful way to move. It's short-sighted. For the man who thinks like a general and moves like a ghost, the strategic withdrawal is a master play. It's the conscious, controlled decision to remove your energy, your attention, your presence, not because you're scared, but because you're smart. You're not running, you're repositioning. It's about letting the chaos you left behind burn itself down to the ground while you reset, recalibrate, and return on your own terms, if you even choose to return at all. Look at it at the simplest level. In any fight, what happens when you stop engaging? The other guy's just left swinging in the air. He tires himself out. His anger looks stupid with nowhere to place it. You stepping back isn't you losing. It's you letting the situation defeat itself while you conserve your energy. This can apply to arguments, to business deals, to toxic relationships, even the noise in your own head. The principle is the same, though. You cannot win a game you refuse to play. So sometimes the smartest move you can make is to calmly set the board on fire and walk away for a minute and pop back out later. See, this is where spiritual discipline meets street smarts. Withdrawal isn't a passive tactic. It's deeply active. It's the act of choosing your own peace over the temptation of a pointless victory. It's stepping back from the bullshit, starving the situation of oxygen and your attention so it can suffocate. When you step back, you do two things. First, you shake things up. People hate to be ignored and will rush to figure out what's going on all of a sudden, while revealing their true intentions and where they stand without you having to do too much. Secondly, you reclaim your most valuable asset, your focus. We talked about this. Your attention is your currency, remember? You put all of your energy, every thought, every ounce, every emotion you got, all of those that you was wasting on that fight or that problem, you pull it back on your side. You reinvest it into your foundation, your mission, your peace. That energy isn't gone. It's been transferred from their side of the situation back to yours. Understand that there are two types of exits, though, but one of them is only used as a weapon. There's fear-based. See, that's when it's chaos. That's what gets you to tweaking, when you panic and then you make a mistake. That one weakens you. But then there's the principle-based fallback. This is the calm one. You're more calculated. This is when you're looking at the board, seeing that the game is rigged. You know the stakes aren't worth your spirit. You know the opponent isn't worth your time, and you just simply cash out. You leave because staying would have cost you a piece of your dignity, your integrity, your calm, or a piece of your core. You leave that game alone not because you can't win, but because the prize is too cheap. The purse is too small. There's not enough money on the table. And you're too rich in the mind and spirit to play. So how do you figure out when it's time to exit a stage left on the situation? It starts internally. When that voice we talked about a few videos earlier, the inner you says, my energy is too valuable for this. You follow up with the physical or digital disengagement. You leave the room, mute the conversation, stop responding, go ghost. And here's the kicker. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody. You don't send no warning text that you're getting close, or this is the last time, or this closure message, or none of that. You don't give out your reasons. An explanation is just a form of continued engagement. That's like you handing them your playbook. They know exactly what they're doing. A true strategic fallback is silent. It's final. It communicates everything that you want to say through your absence. Their reaction to your absence, whether it's getting mad, panicking, or acting like they don't really care, it'll give you all the information you need, though, about what you meant to them or that situation. The goal of this isn't just to leave a bad situation open-ended. whether that be the case or not. But it's to reset the power dynamic. When you withdraw your presence, you become an unanswered question. People are forced to reevaluate your value and their past mistakes. Your peace becomes an asset they can no longer access. Your time becomes a currency they can no longer spend. Occasionally, they'll try to lure you back with better terms, but by then, you experience peace of life on your own. I doubt you even want to go back. If you do, it'll never be the same as before anyway. So don't look at it, your exit as a sign of defeat. Look at it more so as a power move. It's the display of a man who knows his worth isn't tied to every battle. Be the man who can engage deeply, but withdraw completely. Have the mindset to walk away from anything or anybody who doesn't fit your situation how you want it. And you will never be trapped in a room that you don't own. The door is always going to be there. The strongest man in the room knows he can use it anytime he wants. Your freedom is in knowing you don't have to accept anything that doesn't fit you, bro. It's your boy, man, with another one. I'm out.